There is a kind of strength that makes no sound, a dominance that stands unmoving, a power that outlasts the storm because it never bent to it. You were taught that strength is speed, sharpness, noise, momentum. But true strength is stillness under pressure. It is the mountain encircled by wind, fire, rain, yet unchanged. Become like that. The world will try to shake you with beauty and betrayal, seduce you with comfort, threaten you with fear. It will break those who chase approval, but it cannot move the one who stands like granite. There is a silence deeper than absence, forged by choice. It is not the silence of weakness, but of a soul that needs no witness. It is the silence of the warrior who does not perform or explain or chase, because he already knows himself. Become this, not loud or reactive, but rooted, grounded, carved of stone. The weak crave motion, they scroll, flinch, pursue every shift. But the unmoving man watches all pass and moves for none. He observes, he waits, and when the instant arrives, he moves once, and that is enough. This isn't about moving slowly or doing nothing. It's about choosing your moment and striking without hesitation. Without regret, without fanfare. You need not explain your journey. You need not justify your silence. You are not here for understanding. You are here to become undeniable. Stillness isn't the absence of action. It is mastery of timing. It is knowing that storms pass, temptations fade, critics fall silent, yet you remain immovable. The tree bends in the wind, the stream flows around the rock, but the mountain does not bow. You must become that. When betrayal cuts deep, you will not plead. When loss shatters you, you will not reach. When chaos consumes the world, you will not tremble, because you did not build yourself in peace. You built yourself in resistance. You recall, it was stillness that shaped you, not noise. You speak only when your words carry steel. You move only when your step alters the earth. That is unmoving strength. There is a cost to becoming immovable. You will lose things the world values: friends, comfort, praise. It does not reward stillness. It fears it. It calls you distant, cold, unfeeling. Let it. You owe no world an explanation. You owe no crowd your softness. You owe no weakness your company. Let them talk, let them drift, let them burn. You remain. Stillness is not ease. It is trial by silence. It is refusing every impulse to prove yourself, holding the line when every urge inside you screams to run. It is a choice every single time. When anger rises, you hold. When fear whispers, you hold. When doubt gnaws at your mind, you hold. Because you are not emotion, not reaction, but will. And will does not yield to storms. Even when your hands shake, your heart pounds, you stand. Because the mountain does not wait to feel unshakable. It chooses to be. So must you. In war, the fiercest warrior is not the loudest or the fastest. It is the one who waits, who watches, who does nothing until the moment of strike, then shatters the earth with one blow. Stillness is not merely a state, it is a weapon. Wielded correctly, it disorients. Your calm becomes their confusion, your silence becomes their fear, your restraint becomes their mistake, because they expected noise and you gave them none. They expected weakness and they found steel. They expected movement and they found a wall. They came with fire, but you were the mountain, and mountains do not burn. Stillness is the battlefield of clarity, fought not without, but within. In that silence you confront your true self. You face every fear you fled from. Only then, if you are ruthless and honest, will you see who you really are. A warrior is not built in motion, but in the pause, the space between heartbeat and strike, breath and blade, silence and storm. That space is sacred, and in it you become unbreakable. You were born raw, molded by noise, scarred by haste. But along your path, you chose to cease running, to stop explaining, to refuse bending, to abandon the dance for blind approval, and in that moment, something ancient woke inside you. Stillness is not granted, it is earned. Earned by every temptation resisted, by every insult met with silence. by every storm that passes and finds you unshaken. You do not battle the wind, you do not scream at thunder, you do not chase every flame that calls your name. You observe, you absorb, you outlast, because the mountain does not chase, it simply stands, and in that, it dominates all that is fleeting. Let others be swift, let them be loud, let them blaze bright and vanish. You remain, for you need not be seen to exist. You need not be heard to command. You need not move to be felt. This is not stillness of the body, but stillness of the soul. It is not about being motionless. It is about being unmoved, unshaken by betrayal, untouched by fear. This is the stillness of the warrior who has mastered himself. And when you strike with the certainty of stone, final, decisive, irreversible. There is no room for who you once were, no space for regret or excuses. The past is ash, the future smoke, only now endures, and now is fire. On this path, you will lose many things the world holds dear: friendships, comfort, praise. The world does not honor stillness, it fears it. It will brand you distant, call you cold, accuse you of being unfeeling. Let it speak. You owe no answer to the crowd. You owe no softness to the weak. You owe no company to guilt. Let them wander, let them falter, let them burn. You remain. Stillness is no refuge, it is the forge of resolve. It is the will to stand when every instinct screams to flee. It is the choice you make each time. When anger swells, you hold. When fear murmurs, you hold. When doubt gnaws at your mind, you hold. Because you are not emotion or reaction, but unwavering will. Even when your hands tremble and your heart races, you stand. For the mountain does not wait to feel unshakable. It chooses to be. In battle, the fiercest warrior is not the one who shouts or moves fastest, but the one who waits, who watches, who does nothing until the moment demands, and then strikes with the force of earth splitting. That is who you must become, not endlessly in motion, but endlessly in control. Stillness is not merely a state, it is your weapon. When wielded with precision, it disorients. Your calm becomes their confusion, your silence their fear, your restraint their error. They expect noise, you give none. They expect weakness, they find steel. They expect movement, they face an immovable wall. They come with fire, but you are the mountain, and mountains do not burn. Stillness is the arena of clarity, where the true battle is fought within. In that silence, you confront your deepest fears. Only through brutal honesty will you see your real self. A warrior is forged not through constant action, but in the sacred pause, the space between heartbeat and strike, breath and blade, silence and storm. In that space, you become unbreakable. You were born raw, shaped by sound, scarred by haste. Yet at some point, you chose to stop running, to stop explaining, to stop bending, to abandon the dance for blind approval. In that moment, something ancient stirred within you. Stillness is not given, it is earned by every temptation resisted, every insult met without flinch, every storm that passes and finds you standing. You do not fight the wind, you do not roar at thunder, you do not chase every flame that calls your name. You observe, you absorb, you outlast. Because mountains do not chase, they simply stand, and in that stands dominion over all that is fleeting. Let others burn bright then vanish. You remain, for you need not be seen to exist, need not be heard to command, need not move to be felt. This is not stillness of body, but of soul, unmoved by betrayal, unbroken by fear. Strike when inevitable, speak with finality, move with purpose. There is no room for who you were, there is only now, and now is unshakable.